Hi everyone, and welcome back to my tiny house in the forest. If my voice sounds a little funny, it's because I caught a cold working too much outside in the garden. After having finished the inside cladding of the house, time has now come to make the house ready for moving in. Not that the house is actually entirely ready for it yet, there are indeed still a lot of things that I need to do. Like putting up panels around the doors and windows, installing a wood stove, making the kitchen and the bathroom, etc. But regardless, I decided to make the cabin somewhat habitable by temporarily installing some of my garden furniture. Because only in a few days' time a big event is going down, and it will mean that I will more or less have to move into my house prematurely. So I need to be ready for that. So for my birthday on the 11th of March, I had invited all of the friends that helped me build my house for celebrating that I was moving out of the old one and into the new.
Det er mere din traktor, der er modstart i det andet hus, så tror jeg.
Så der vil lave selfies, venner.
Jeg skal lige op og se ham, der parkerer. Hvor er der to bare? To.
So for now, the house is placed on the parking lot until I will sell it sometime in the spring. After the old tiny house had been moved out, it took some days to get used to the new view, but in a good way. Finally, my new house didn't feel so cramped on the property. And with sunny spring weather coming in, it felt like a fresh new start. Now I just needed to get some basic facilities up and running so I could start living in my new house. And for the time being, I can use the toilet, the kitchen and my shower in my off-grid annex. Which, by the way, was why I was in a bit of a hurry last summer to get all of these functions up and running before I started building the new house in the autumn. The new house will, for legal reasons, be partly on-grid, with electricity and water from the mains and a flush toilet. But I don't expect that that will happen before at least half a year from now. But it doesn't bother me the slightest.
Thank you so much for watching this video. So I finally moved into my new house, at least more or less, because I can live here now, and I, as you saw, had all the basic functions with my outdoor shower and my outdoor kitchen made ready. So now I can actually live out here pretty comfortably, and I feel that in a way I have gotten my life back on this property, because everything has been on a standstill, because everything has been locked down in winter mode, and the property has been a bit messy, so I've been cleaning it up over the last couple of days. But the house is still a little bit messy because I'm not totally done yet with the windows, and also I need to install the door for the cold room. So I need to do that at least before I think I will take a break from building inside of the house for a while. I still have the toilet and of course all the furniture and the kitchen, everything. I need to install that over the course of the summer. But I'm in no rush for doing that, because right now I will focus more on the garden. So I think in next week I will start using my permaculture design principles and also education to start mapping out my garden, because in a way it has changed a lot after I took down a lot of trees in the autumn last year. So now I get so much more sun into my property. Well, it's also because the leaves are not there yet, so a lot more sun will come in, but in the summer the sun will be a bit higher and then go above the tree rim, so it will still get me a lot of sun on this property. So I'm really excited for finally getting a property where I have the appropriate amount of sun to really be growing my own food, because that has been the problem here in the forest. And I couldn't get myself to taking down trees in the past, because it felt like criminal to do it. But now it's done, and everything has changed. But I will be planting a lot more trees, but just in the perimeter of my property to seal it more off. But first and foremost, before I start actually designing the garden, I also need to put up a fence around my property so that I can keep this guy inside. And then I have a little dream about creating like some kind of situation where some of the dogs in the neighborhood, they can play together on this property, because everything is totally sealed off, so he can get some company and maybe have a better dog life. I just wish for him to have like a more interesting life on the days where I'm working a lot. So if he can have like a couple of friends playing around here, with no supervision, it would just be perfect. So I have a lot of interesting projects with designing the garden, building the fence, also driving in a lot of horse manure from my neighbor, because that will be the foundation for a lot of the new beds in the new garden. And also a lot of stones and a lot of rafters, and like just a lot of materials that I need to get in this property here in March. And then come April I will start designing maybe the garden more detailed. So more about that I think in next week, or maybe the week after that. But take care, and see you again next week.